All right, let's get started. Hi, my name is Bob Fortin. I'm from Pitney Bowes, formerly MapInfo. And we're having a little trouble with the connection, so for recording it seems to keep crashing, but we'll go for it. I'm here to talk about interoperability of our Pitney Bowes Location Intelligence Suite with other third-party software such as ESRI, open source, and other vendors. Basically, we've got this location intelligence suite of software. Pitney Bowes does other things. I'm mostly here to talk about location intelligence and GIS. And over the years, we'll skip that. Don't have a lot of time. We've been expanding our portfolio to do all kinds of things in GIS space. But I know a lot of you guys in public sector are already ESRI shops or work with a lot of different products. So I'm just here to highlight some of the ways that maybe we can work with you in your existing solutions or possibly new avenues. So today I'm going to talk about just a quick review of who Pitney Bowes is. Anybody here already using any of our software? Do you know? Okay, good. So I'll do that. Then we're going to talk about our vector and raster formats that we've recently introduced and how we're going to make those interoperable so you can interact with your existing solutions. We've got a free Pro viewer that you can download and use for free. I'll give a quick 1-second demo of that. Talk about our Python support in MapInfo Pro for writing add-ins. I know that's an issue in the ESRI community sometimes. Software and data marketplace, I'll just give you a brief overview of what that is. That's basically a new way that we're selling data products. Then I'll talk about how you can geocode from within ESRI products. We have a new locator built to do that. And lastly, I'll just show you what our location intelligence API capabilities are for integrating our capabilities into your existing web applications. So Pitney Bowes today is a global technology company. We've got lots of products from mailing to shipping APIs and all kinds of things. But we're also a location intelligence company. We have software business, and that's a big chunk of our business, and it's growing rapidly. Just for history, Pitney Bowes acquired Group 1, which is a geocoding company, and then they also acquired MapInfo and others since then to build up their location intelligence capabilities, which are used throughout all of Pitney Bowes software and other products. So we have tons of data we've built up from MapInfo days, and we also have world-class geocoding. Now here's our location intelligence suite. I'm really not going to go into detail on this, just to give you the idea of the breadth of what we have. We have desktop mapping. We've got web mapping solutions like the previous gentleman was talking about. Mobile. We've got tons of data. Commerce Cloud is our way of monetizing our capabilities over the internet through web services. So as you can see, we've got a wide set of solutions, and if you're interested, stop down by the booth and we can talk about them. Just so you know, I'm a software developer. I'm not a salesperson or marketing or anything like that. I actually work on the MapInfo Pro development team. So Pro is our flagship desktop product. You've probably heard about it if you've been around for a while. It's been available since 1991. We sell it all over the world, localized in 16 or 17 different languages. It's vertical focused, but fairly horizontal product, similar to ArcGIS, basically, in its uses. Primary verticals, public sector, a lot of telecommunications companies use it, insurance, financial service, natural resources, particularly in Australia, all kinds of uses. And it's also used as a platform by partners to deliver solutions. So people write applications on top of Pro, and it's extensible by end users and by developers. And as I mentioned, it's often used with open source tools or as a data creation where the data is then used in other solutions. So we try to be interoperability. Many of our customers use a hybrid, set of products. MapInfo Pro Advanced, just wanted to mention, this is a fairly recent addition to our suite, and it's a raster capabilities basically on top of MapInfo Pro. We also have an SDK for people writing their own applications. And as part of this, we introduced a new raster format called MRR multi-resolution raster that really was able to do things that none of the other raster formats out there could do. Just so to show interoperability, we support our own tab format, which we call native, shape, geodatabase, SQL Server, Oracle, PostGIS, many others. Same for raster. We have our own MRR, the old grid format, if people are familiar with it, and many others. Our new native X format, that's what we call it. Basically, we enhanced our traditional format and upgraded it to break old size limits, better Unicode support, things like that, just to bring it up to modern times. So we're trying to make this format available to our customers, but also to interoperate with others. The new MRR raster format is kind of a big slide, but it's got great performance. You can have 100 gigabyte file and have it display instantly. It supports pyramiding automatically. It supports for both numeric and classified grids. Basically, it's a superset of most of the formats out there, and we're very proud of it, and we're trying to get it adopted and used. So as far as these formats go, our plans for interoperability, and these are underway. I've been working on some of these. Both our MRR and native X formats are ported to Linux OS, which is not something that we've really done much before. We're going to make those SDKs available for free. The SDKs aren't going to be open source at this time just for technical reasons. Maybe eventually they could be. But we are going to contribute drivers to GDAL, to the open source to access those. So once you download the SDK, GDAL will work. If people don't know what GDAL is, that's I forget what it stands for right this second, but it's thank you. It's basically open source SDK API for reading and writing vector and raster formats, and pretty much all open source software uses it. And currently we give our SDKs to Safe Software. They do a lot of data format translation. Next, I just wanted to mention our Pro Viewer. This is, we used to have one years ago, and we've kind of resurrected it. It's brand new. We just started shipping it a couple months ago. You can download and use it for free. The only restriction is that you got to have an online account, which you can get for free, and you need to be logged in while you're using it. Eventually we'll put in offline support, but right now you got to be connected. And basically, it's a stripped down version of Pro. I'll show you in a couple of minutes. It looks really nice, and you can do any kind of visualization and also limited analysis. You can do SQL queries and a few things like that. And you can view if someone had created a Pro workspace, including thematics and analysis and queries, you can distribute it to your users and they can look at the analysis for free. So just be aware of that. In addition, we're working on adding Python app support for Pro. Previously, we have our own language called Map Basic, and we also support .NET creation of add-ins, and now we're adding support for Python. A lot of the open source community and many developers just prefer to work in Python, so that's going to be available coming out in next quarter. And we'll have samples on how to do it. Our software and data marketplace is basically an extensive catalog of data products. We will be putting all our software products in there, but they're not in there right now, so it's called Software and Data Marketplace, but it's just data. And it's a way to easily search, find, download sample data, try it out, and buy it. And maybe it's not unique, but we have, as far as the store for data goes, but we have a lot of data at Pitney Bowes, and I'll give you an example of some of the things you can find. We have points of interest for worldwide points of interest. One of our strengths is as a global company. We have data and geocoding all over the world. So big companies like Facebook and Twitter and Snapchat come to us for that location intelligence because we have support for all the places that they need it. Next, I just want to talk about a new thing that we've created. Since we have basically the most accurate geocoding software, and we have high quality data that goes along with it. And a lot of people find that even in the U.S., the geocoding results that they get from some of our competitors aren't as good as they need. So to make it easier for people to use inside of ESRI products, we've created a locator that works inside the portal and inside ArcGIS Pro, and it's just an online web service that's available. It supports geocoding, reverse geocoding, geosearch, and batch geocoding. If you want more info on how that works, stop down to our booth and we can point you in the right direction. Moving pretty quick here, and on time. This is just a screenshot of ArcGIS Pro using our locator. There's really not a lot you can show, and it's actually kind of fuzzy. But basically, you connect up to our locator, and it works just like all the rest of them in ArcGIS Pro, except hopefully you get better geocoding results. Our location intelligence APIs are a set of REST APIs, basically, that expose much of our location intelligence functionality, from geocoding, searching, address completion, address cleanup. We have routing, basically drive time, geozones. We also have some more targeted ones like GeoRisk, which is earthquake and flood risk data. So we have a whole ton out there. They're really easy to integrate into your web apps, and we have samples, and even we have client SDKs if you need them, Java and .NET. So just want to make you aware of them. It's real easy. Oh, and the other thing to note is that they work using our Commerce Cloud API, so they're basically charged by usage. So if you need to spread it out to clients, they can just pay by however much they're using. Just want to give you a quick view of the Pro Viewer and MapInfo Pro first. Hopefully this doesn't have the same problem the previous gentleman had as far as demoing. Oh, you're not seeing it, are you? Yeah, that's what that was. Let me get out of PowerPoint. That screen sharing thing always screws you up when you have more than one monitor. There you go. So this is MapInfo Pro Viewer. As you'll see in a second, it's basically just a version of Pro. The way we've done it is we ship one set of code, and then when you connect to the Commerce Cloud, your online account, basically you get a plan down that says what features you can use in Pro. So for the free viewer, we've decided we know what features are available. Over time, we're going to add other plans. So you might have an intermediate version that you just connect and say, oh, you're entitled to the middle version, and the same set of code will let you control across your organizations what people can and can't do. Just to show you, it's full featured. You can see thematics. You can see our raster MRR format. This is a Denmark digital elevation model, I think, and it's like 50 gigabyte file, and just to see the performance of it, except you see the delay on the monitor, but okay. So that's the Pro Viewer. MapInfo Pro looks almost the same. You might not notice it, but we have more tabs and functionality available, and this is basically a full function of versioning Pro. So the idea is that someone, like an analyst, might set up workspaces for, with analysis already done or queries for people to run, and then people using the free viewer can open up that same thing, and it's going to look exactly the same. They know what they're going to get. Next thing, software and data marketplace. One thing I wanted to show about the software and data marketplace is that we sell data in all different formats. So here's just some sample data sets. We have addressing, boundaries, demographics, geo-enrichment, points of interest. Just to show you, here's just our zip code product. By default, we select tab, but you can see that it's available in shapefile format, and these samples you can just hit download and try them out and see if it's going to do what you need. The other thing to show about Software and data marketplace is how easy it is to find data. If you're in a certain location, like here we are in Winston-Salem, we just got a little map browser. If I go to points of interest, pick restaurants. If I could pick donut shops, I would, but I can't. Krispy Kreme only. And then they'll show up and you can see what they are and see if it's the data that you're interested in. And you can, purchase subsets of the data. So that's our software and data marketplace. Data is shipped in formats that can be used by almost any GIS product. So, and the last thing I wanted to show was our location intelligence communities. I signed in. What we have is a thing called knowledge communities. If you want to learn about more of our products, you can go to the Pitney Bowes website. But our knowledge community is a great place if you have questions or you want to ask people about how they use products. We've got MapInfo Pro, Spectrum Spatial. All of our products are represented here. It's just something to be aware of, a good place to find out more information. I think I'm running a couple minutes early. That's all I wanted to show. Let me put up the slide of how to get more information. So for more information, email me, stop down at our booth, check out our knowledge communities, download our trial version. Any questions on anything I've gone over? Sure. Yep. Yeah, we're going to put the GDAL driver in the open source community, but the download is just going to be a free download from our site. So you still have to get an SDK, but it's multi-platform.
You're aware of the Open Data Act just passed in January?
I am not, no.
That requires federal agencies to share their data out in open document formats. So if you want the MRR to be used by federal agencies to distribute data, it's probably going to have to open up the format.
Well, publicly documented might not be a problem, but okay, that's good to know. I'll take a note. In the back?
Yeah, Chris, that's what I'm thinking. We were planning to give away a copy of MapInfo Pro as a drawing in the conference. But if you leave me your address, your email address, we'll make sure you get a 1-year subscription. The caveat is you have to be government meetings. Thank you. So before you leave, let everybody in the place go out and give you, try to get your business card or just write down your email address.
Any other questions? All right, thanks for coming.